Name is William G. Gross. Yeah, a very important part of my life. Definitely set a foundation for me in Boston. I'm originally from Hillsborough, Maryland, population 164. I was on a farm until I was 11 and a half. And then I moved to the big city. On the third day, September, I don't know which day, but in September, my mother marched me down to Franklin Field. There was a football team being led by a young black man that had just come back from Vietnam, Harry Wilson, and his brother, Dennis Wilson. I remember that day, I didn't have any equipment on, and my mother saying he can play ball. But that solid foundation, I didn't have a father figure. That was Harry Wilson and Dennis Wilson, father, uncle. That spirit, that teamwork, that discipline, that respect, that work ethic, that was the foundation. Harry Wilson and Dennis Wilson set a foundation for us so we could go through our lives from young men, from young kids to young men, to old men, that we're breaking negative stereotypical views and perceptions about inner city youth, the black and the brown, that we can have respect, we can have discipline, we can have a great work ethic, and tenacity. We won't give up. Basically, what the Raiders teach you on the field, that teamwork, that respect, that discipline, that tenacity definitely carries over in the life. It carried over for me when I joined the police department at 18. And every stage in my law enforcement career, Harry and Dennis were there. Coach Harry and Coach Dennis, sorry. I don't want to run them 3 poles in Franklin Field. So every stage from since I was a Boston police cadet all the way up to commissioner, thank you to Coach Harry and Coach Dennis. Every step of the way. Don't forget who supported you before you became a police officer. Who used to come watch you play football? It was the community. So don't forget that. The Umoja Abode, community, pride, unity. Unity in the community, that's those 2 great men, led by the folks from Nubia Notion too. This is something that I alluded to earlier. The major impact, besides building a strong foundation and raising young men and women to be great men and women, is this. You look at the Raiders program, right? Roxbury Raiders, the Boston Raiders, and into the inclusion of cheer as well. The breaking of the negative stereotypical views and perceptions. Look at social media now. Almost everything is negative in their portrayal of Black Americans, Latino Americans, biracial. It's negative. Inner city, oh look, it's always negative. You see a Raider program, look what it's done. It's built lives. It's changed perceptions. And it helps people to realize just because someone says something that they've had a bad experience with someone of color doesn't mean that's indicative of an entire community. So the Raiders program, its impact on the city, you have leaders, you have professional athletes, you have teachers, doctors, lawyers, Raider program, and 1 police commissioner. You definitely need that discipline, right? Respect, and we have to stick together. That's teamwork. That's what organized sports is about. So for the next 50 years, let's set that foundation again. Hate to be redundant, but again, the foundation that's set for me, no father, that was Coach Harry and Coach Dennis. That's what we need to keep going, because as it seems now, the nation right now, we keep growing apart. They need to become Raiders for life. That's the future. At this time, I'd like to put forth a sincere thank you. Thank you, Coach Harry in heaven. Thank you, Coach Dennis, the Wilson coaches. A sincere thank you from this kid from Hillsborough, Maryland that got here in 1975. You set the foundation for my life. You were my father and uncle figures all the way up until I joined the Boston Police Department in 1983. Then, because of your teachings, your spirit, your guidance, your wisdom, and never forgetting to instill in me, never forget who paved the way. I became the first black chief for the Boston Police Department, followed by the first black commissioner for the Boston Police Department. Just remember, folks and family members of the Wilson brothers, thank you for sharing them with me, because they helped build me all the way up. This Raider for life, thanks those Raider coaches that gave me life. Thank you very much, Coach Harry and Coach Dennis. Love you both.